What's up, nerds? It's the Shriver Twins. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Christina.
And welcome back to another episode of Double Feature.
We are going to be reviewing Birds of Prey today.
Caw!
Why?
Because it's Birds of Prey. I wanted to do a bird caw thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's really loud. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's not do that, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I beg of you.
I'm sorry. I won't go caw anymore after that one.
That's the last one. Don't say it again.
Dang it. Okay, fine. We'll do it your way.
But yeah, so we finally saw Birds of Prey last night.
Finally.
Even though it came out a couple weeks ago.
We're a little late on that.
A little late just after, I went on vacation and then we were doing stuff for Valentine's Day. So we finally got around to seeing it. And I enjoyed it. It was a fun
good.
movie. Yeah.
It was good. It was actually pretty good. But
Right.
yeah, but before we get started with this episode, just a reminder for you guys that you can stream the audio version of Double Feature on Red Circle, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Or if you prefer to watch it, because, you see our faces and, we're cute and adorable. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch this? We are also on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell to receive notifications about new episodes, and we have new episodes every Thursday/Friday.
Woo woo. Whoa, what? Woo woo. So, yeah, let's just dive right into Birds of Prey. So, overall, it was a fun movie. It was essentially like a sequel of sorts to Suicide Squad, which I didn't see.
Don't watch it. It's not
goodness.
worth your time.
No.
That was so stupid. I hate Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no. I never saw it, and I'm glad I haven't seen it. So, that was nice. But it's basically the story of Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker and then her finding
Mr.
herself as, her own person, as Harley Quinn outside of the Joker. And
Female empowerment for the win.
pretty much, yeah. It was fun. Like, it wasn't the best movie to come out of
No.
DC. But
Then again, granted, that's like a really low bar.
Right, exactly. There aren't very good movies to come out of the DC universe. So
It reminded me a lot, kind of like what, DCU is trying to do, how, like, Marvel and all those guys do with, like, Deadpool.
it was very similar.
It was
yeah,
similar. They try to make it like a Harley Quinn Deadpool kind
Well,
of
if you're gonna break the
thing.
fourth wall, a la Deadpool, you use Harley Quinn. Like,
Yeah.
she's the Deadpool of the DC universe. So
She would, like, look directly at the camera and just... The intro was animated, which
oh my
was
gosh,
super cute.
that part was fun.
But yeah, it was just like her telling her story about her breakup with Mr. J.
Yep.
And,
Puddin'.
Puddin's gone away. So it was fun. It
was
was
fun,
good.
yeah,
It was
and
entertaining.
It was very entertaining. I'd probably rank it out of 10, maybe like a 6.
Because it's double the score that we gave Suicide Squad. Because that
Well-
was like a 3.
That was in like the negatives for me because I didn't see it. So,
Well, then you don't have an opinion.
well, I heard it was garbage.
It
so
is. Don't
I'm
watch
good.
it.
There's a reason I haven't seen it.
It was just like when I watched it, it was just kind of like there's nothing else to watch. I haven't seen it. Put it on.
Right.
And then I regretted that the second I started. But
Can't take that back.
I was already into it. I was like, there's nothing else. I'm just going to watch it and suffer.
Yeah.
And I did suffer. It was not fun.
Didn't suffer in Birds of Prey though.
That was fun.
That was fun.
It was fun.
And you go for it. Sorry.
You can go. I don't know. I just was filling space
Oh, okay.
with words.
But the only part I didn't really like is that they continued to talk about, her breaking up with the
Mr.
Joker,
J.
like the entire time. And I get that's the point of the movie, but maybe spend like the first, 10 minutes dealing with that. And they already had the introduction, the animated introduction, like prologue, essentially saying
Telling
that
story, yeah.
this is what happened, this is why they broke up. And then, she's dealing with that. She joined like, what is it, the roller derby. She moved into an apartment above like a Chinese restaurant, and she's doing all this stuff and, eating Cheese Whiz straight out of the can and
Which was that
crying
CGI
and
or was that real cheese?
I still don't know. I couldn't tell.
Because it didn't look real, but it looked real. You know what I mean?
It's probably fake.
It like
I don't know.
it just
It looked too, like, the way they did it.
it was like too
perfect.
clean
Right.
for cheese in a can. Which now that sounds really good. Now I want cheese in a can.
No, it doesn't.
You put it on crackers.
Oh, no. Doesn't sound good at all. Cheese Whiz. But they spent a lot of time in the beginning doing that, and then it just felt like it kept dragging on.
Well, and they
with
would
the
like
whole
do
Joker
flashback
aspect.
stuff. So it's like her trying to tell this story, and it's like, oh wait, you got to find out about this, and then it would go back in time, and then it would tell you all this, and then they'd go forward, but then they'd go back, and then it was just like going back and forth,
very
and forth.
non-linear timeline.
And it didn't. I got confused a lot of the time until like the very end when they're like, okay, now we're all caught up. It's like, oh, but why did you do that? That just wasted so much time.
Right. I feel like if they had gone like the more linear route, it would have cut down the runtime, first of all, and then just made a little bit more sense. I get what they were trying to do because it's Harley Quinn crazy and
telling her story.
You know, she bounces off the walls and is all over the place. So it makes sense. Like they kind of tried to emulate that through the storytelling, but at the same time, as an audience member, like it made it very confusing at times.
Just no. That's
and again, it came full circle at the end, but throughout the entire time, I'm like, what are they trying to do with this? Like, they say, you know, this person is doing this, and then, oh, by the way, you didn't know this like 20 minutes ago, but this person was also there just to, you know, make it beneficial to the story that we're telling, to fill these plot holes. And
they tried too hard to like make it funny and to make it more like Deadpool, which, I mean, they did an okay job trying. It's just, yeah, like following it and having a linear timeline, it didn't make sense.
Right.
And it was confusing up until they like finally explained every little piece, because like again they would show little tidbits and then you'd be like, well, what the heck, what does that have to do with anything? And then they'd like backtrack and be like, oh, okay, that's what it has to do with. Like, again, I know what they were going for, but like, why?
Right. And I think, and that's all that stopped like at least like 75% of the way through. So we get all this like back and forth between this day and the next day and last week, and oh wait, we're gonna go back to yesterday, and
we're gonna go back 15 years. Like,
right? It just,
why? I mean, I get it to build up the character, but if they had done, you know, what Marvel did and actually had individual movies for each of the characters to have that build up, that would have made more sense.
Or just stick to the TV shows because they're a lot better.
That is also true.
Stay out of the movies, DC.
The one thing I couldn't like get my head around was Ewan McGregor as a bad guy.
Yeah, I couldn't buy that.
I was like, you're Obi-Wan, what you doing? Like,
right. And he was
why are you doing
good.
that?
He was very good. Like, he definitely had the smarmy, just like crime boss. He played, he was Black Mask, so he was the crime boss that's, you know, taking over Gotham. And
I don't remember his real character name.
It was
something I don't care about, but
Roman something. I can't pronounce his last name. And he did a great job, but
just couldn't take him seriously.
No.
It was just, he was like trying to be all like, and it failed because it's just like, Obi-Wan, stop. What you doing? Just stop.
Just stop.
Just stop, okay?
And then the rest of the supporting cast, they all did a great job, but again, it's a Harley Quinn movie, and we really didn't see very much of Harley Quinn. Like, anytime she was on screen, it felt like all they talked about was her breaking up with the Joker. And I get, like, in the comics and, you know, TV series and everything else, like, her character is twisted around the Joker, and they're very intertwined with each other, but
she can be an independent woman who don't need no man.
The entire point of the movie was her not having to deal with the Joker anymore, so why keep bringing him up? I don't know. I just kept getting annoyed at that. And a part of it, the big reason of that is because Jared Leto's Joker is her Joker, so it just made it 10 times worse.
Yeah. Like, no.
I didn't see the movie, but I know what he looked like and how he acted, so it just didn't help the case at all, and how she's so obsessed with Jared Leto's Joker. Just, did not like it.
Again, it was fun. It could have been so much more.
How so?
Like, it just, I mean, for what you just said, just with, like, talking about the Joker the whole time, like, yeah, okay, we get it, but then it could just be Harley just being her own independent woman who don't need no man.
Right.
And it could have been that story, and then how they all come together to become the Birds of Prey and do all of that stuff, and it's just, yeah, I see you have a thought.
So on that, with the whole Birds of Prey, they kept, in the trailers and all the promotional stuff for the movie, they kept hitting the nail on the head that this is going to be a team-up with Black Canary and Huntress and Harley Quinn and what was her name? Detective. Hold on,
Renee Montoya.
Yeah, Renee Montoya and Cassandra Cain, and tying all these awesome female characters together. But you only see snippets of them interacting throughout the movie for like maybe 2 seconds, and how it ties everything together. And then we don't get the team up until like the last 20 minutes, 10
maybe 20 minutes,
15 minutes of the movie.
Which that was like the most fun part for me because it was just like, oh my gosh, they're all together. And then Harley's like, yeah, it's just like a sleepover. We should make martinis.
Yeah.
And like it's just, it was great. It's like, or make Cosmos. Like, order pizza. Like, it was so fun. And like all the fun stuff that they showed with the team up, that was, like Christina said, it was literally the last 20 something minutes of the movie.
Maybe 5 minutes
less
of screen time. 5 to 10.
Yeah, they were technically together for like 20 minutes technically, but like showing it on the screen, like 5-10 minutes max, maybe.
Like actually fighting and working together.
Which I love the fight scenes. They did a really good job.
No, those were
I loved
fantastic.
all of that. Very well coordinated stunt performers, fantastic job. It just, again, it makes us sad that it was like the last 20 minutes that they're all teamed up because like they made it seem like the whole movie was going to be that.
And that was very disappointing. Excuse me, sorry, I was going to hiccup. And
I'm gonna get the hiccups now that I'm doing that. I'm making fun of you.
Karma's gonna
just a little.
Yep.
Something.
Yep. So, shoot.
Oh man, I'm thinking about hiccups now. My bad.
Where was I going with that?
It was with Harley. Team up wasn't what we were wanting.
So thank you. There was this the scene in the team up with all of the girls, fighting and kicking butt. And I love just like the realism of the fact that like Black Canary had her hair down and was like fighting but couldn't see because her hair was getting in her face. And so Harley gives her a hair tie.
She like rolls up. She got rollerblades. It's like, wouldn't she have time to lace those up?
Right.
And she's just fighting in rollerblades, and she's just like, oh, hair tie? And she just pulls it out of her pocket.
And then she puts her hair up.
And then she's able to fight. It's just those little snippets because you can tell, like, what I really appreciate, though, like, going with this is that, like, it was, like, an all-female crew kind of thing. So, like, there's a female director, a female writer. So, like, they were able to put those in and have it be so realistic to where it's like, I've had to do that.
Because it's so true.
Because it's so true. Like,
trying to work or, do stuff and your hair's just covering your face. You can't see. I'm like, let me just put my hair up real fast. I'll put it in a bun. That's why I'm wearing a bun today, because it kept getting in the way. My hair's getting too long.
I bumped my mic and I, karate chopped it.
But that part was just like, I did a fist pump in the theater because I was like, yes, like,
you
finally,
get that hair tie.
it definitely, like, humanized these, fantastic characters, and it gave a lot of realism to the movie itself. I mean, it's a fantasy world of sorts, the comic book world, so it's not going to be grounded in reality, but those little moments definitely helped kind of, like,
bring you into it
and definitely ground it as much as you can with those types of movies.
Oh, no, I have hiccups.
There you go. That's what you get.
They're quiet, but it's just like...
Another scene that kind of does the same thing is the very beginning when we see Harley, dealing with the breakup. As we mentioned earlier, like, they had an animated sequence and stuff, and then the whole Cheese Whiz thing, and her just doing these fun human things and crying and...
Eating ice cream in a onesie.
And, yeah,
that was with the cheese. Or she's probably eating ice cream at some point.
And, just... I love those
little human moments.
I love those because you don't really get those. I mean, you maybe get those in like the Marvel movies, but again, those are so big and so grand, I guess is a word to put it. And
they're marvelous.
Ah, nice. And it's very easy to get caught up in the fantasy realm of it all, and they don't really do too many like human components. They'd maybe do like sprinkle them here and there and like add humor, but I think Harley Quinn, like the Birds of Prey, did it very well.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing that I really, really appreciated about the movie. And it was really nice to see an all-female team up, though, too, because we don't really get that either.
We got the one little moment in the Marvel
in Endgame, but that was like barely anything. But this was like a whole movie dedicated to it, or it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be, but it didn't end up being that. Still cool to see them all on screen. But
yeah, no, it was very cool. And I really liked how they took, like with Black Canary, comparing it to like the Arrowverse.
I knew you were going to do this. I was waiting for this.
I had to. It's me. We're talking about like.
Stop doing the accent.
I can't help it, Puddin'. So I'm gonna just continue with what I was saying. So it was cool how they, brought her to life on this big screen because it's very different from, how the Arrowverse has done it. And fun fact, I think this is right. I'm going to double check it. But if you guys are fans of Full House, it was Michelle's little friend,
Denise, I think was her name,
is Black Canary, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to double check that.
But also, if you've seen Sky High...
yeah.
Gwen Grayson, the villain of Sky High, was Huntress. So that was pretty fun. I was like, oh
my gosh. Look, it's those two.
Right. So that was kind of fun. I didn't know that going into it because, I didn't really recognize their names, but I recognized their faces and, their voices. And I was like, where have I seen them before? And Caitlin's like, oh, Full House and Sky High. And I'm like...
I'm going to double check to make sure that Full House one is correct, though. I saw it, I think, on Facebook, and I was like, oh,
that's... Sky High one's true, though.
Where's her name? Okay. But yeah, I liked how they did the canary call or the scream or whatever.
Canary call, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, that was awesome, because then Harley just, like, went in. But
the problem with that, too, is, like, leading up to that, they ran out of ammunition, like they're, kind of on their last leg.
Was Denise.
It was very predictable that was going to be the next thing because, I don't know, there was a lot of, like, predictable moments throughout that kind of subtracted from the fun of it a little bit because it was, like, predictable. So you knew what was coming and you knew what to expect. And, I don't know, there weren't really very many surprises. There were fun moments, but not fun surprises because
that's a fair point.
You know what I mean? So I knew the canary call was coming as soon as they ran out of ammunition.
Well, because, like, she was just, like, thinking about it and just, like, no, I can't do it. And then she's like, no, I have to do it. And you could see, like, kind of, like, her argument with herself, with her just, like, standing there trying to figure out what to do. And she's like, cover your ears. Then she went out and went, which I'm surprised she didn't get hit by, like, a bullet. Because they were all firing at her with this big army that Black Mask, like, bought. And I'm surprised she just didn't get, like, shot. Honestly.
Well,
because she just, like, ran out right in the middle, and it was just, like, right in the middle of, like, all the fire, and it's just, like...
Right. The Detective Montoya ended up getting shot, but then she was wearing Harley's
like, original, like, corset, which was bulletproof.
Right. Because everything's bulletproof.
Because you have to look cute. You gotta look cute, but you gotta be safe.
And protect the girls. That's a direct quote. Sorry.
Is that what she said? I can't remember. Oh. I really like, though, the music choice and, like, the song choices for, like, when they fought and had, like, those intense moments. It was just, like, fun music, and I really want to download, like, the soundtrack.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been better. Mm-hmm. It could have been better, and, like we said before, it's just, like, should have had the team up the entire time. Maybe the first half an hour.
Can you imagine? Like, that would have been amazing. Like, they could have spent the prologue building up to this team up. Maybe spend, like, the first 15 minutes, introducing everybody, kind of getting the exposition going and the background, like, on these characters. But then spend the rest of the time with that team up. And I understand, like, they had to get to a certain point. There had to be some character development with these, crazy assassins and cops and Harley Quinns and pickpocketers.
She was like a little kid. Cassandra Cain was a little kid. So
9-year-old, yeah.
She was 9?
I think that 9 or 11. She was young.
Those are two very different ages.
That's still really young. That's a child.
She was like 9 to 11. How about that? Not 9 or 11. She was 9 to 11.
One of the two. I don't know.
Because in that way, there's 10 in the middle.
I don't remember if they, like, specified her age in the movie or not.
I don't know, but she was a little kid, and she's a pickpocket, and it was this whole thing with, like, a diamond, because it was, like, this fortune, and it was Huntress's family. It was, like, it made sense, kind of, but, like, it just, overall, it would have been better had they just done the team up from the get-go.
Right. Or at least, like,
I said
more, maybe even, like, halfway through the movie, but not in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Disappointing.
And, I mean, it was just under a 2-hour movie, so, like, maybe spend, like, the first half of it building up with these characters and then go into this big team up and then maybe spend the rest of the time of, like, the repercussions of everything and going from there. Because the ending felt very rushed just to get to that team up aspect.
Well, and then they're not all together at the end. Because then Harley and Cassandra Cain, like, go who knows where. And then the detective lady... whatever her name was.
What is it? Hold on, I have it written down.
Something.
Stop talking.
Detective.
Renee Montoya.
She and then Black Canary and Huntress became the Birds of Prey. So technically,
Harley Quinn isn't even part of it.
She's not even part of Birds of Prey. It was those three formed the Birds of Prey, which their outfits were.
Which makes sense because, like, she's not really, like,
still,
a bird.
They changed the name of the movie to be Birds of Prey. Like,
right, that's true.
What?
That's true.
What? Like,
What?
it don't make no sense.
Nope.
So, I don't know. Like we said, it was 6 out of 10. Double what, we thought of Suicide Squad and...
Well, what you thought of Suicide
what I thought of Suicide Squad, and probably never going to see it again, to be 100% honest.
See Birds of Prey again? You're not going to watch it?
No, because I just don't... I like the Arrowverse way more.
Well, we all know that.
Don't even, because you like it too.
No, I do too, but I'll probably watch it again just to, get a second viewing of it, because your perception's always different the first time you view it versus the second time, because you're able to catch stuff that you didn't catch the first time, because you're processing all this new information at lightning speed.
I'm not a fan of the DCEU to begin with, so...
I don't think anybody is, but it's fine.
I just... meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
But there are, I was going to say, just moving forward with the DCEU, they are doing... another Suicide Squad movie.
It's the Suicide Squad. Look out.
Squad.
They put a "the" in front of it.
Yeah. Woo! And it's going to be directed by James Gunn. Harley's in it. I don't know anybody else that's in it.
But she's going to be like a main component of the movie, thankfully, because last time she's barely in it.
Right. So we shall see how that goes. I think there's some behind-the-scenes photos that have leaked and stuff. I don't recognize any of the characters, but... I don't know. Who knows? James Gunn, we'll see what he can do with it. He's gone from Marvel to DC now. So
we'll see. Again, I'm not a fan of the DCEU, and so it's just I really don't care. If they could turn all the Arrowverse TV shows into movies, and they did it how they do the shows currently, that would be amazing.
That'd be fun.
But how they've handled, the expanded universe with DC is just meh.
Garbage.
Meh. Although Wonder Woman is the only exception.
Right.
Because
I'm so excited
Wonder
for the
Woman.
sequel.
When does that come out?
June.
June.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
1994.
Yeah. So I'm just excited to see Kristen Wiig.
I know. I love Kristen Wiig.
So
I'm so excited.
That'll be very interesting. And then I almost said Chris Pratt. Chris Pine will be returning.
There's too many Chris's to keep it, track of.
Should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that one. We're going to be seeing a lot of movies this summer. We have a whole list of episode ideas with movie reviews coming out. So we're going to be going to the movies a lot over the next 7 months. So
it's going to be a lot. So you guys better be on the lookout for all our movie reviews that we'll be doing. We're really excited. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun. I think actually our next movie review is going to be Onward from Disney Pixar.
Oh, yay!
So
I love Disney.
That's not the next episode, but it'll
the
be
next
coming
movie
out
review.
Here fairly soon.
What are we doing next week? Do we know yet? We don't know.
I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know because we can't see that far into the future.
No.
We can, but we're still figuring out what we want to talk about.
Right. We're talking about possibly doing something with video game movie adaptations and kind of comparing them. So
can we do a crossover event with Permission to Game?
Yes.
Should we? Is that what we should do next week?
That'd be fun. I'll write it down.
I'm not very good with video games. That's the only problem. So, we could have our own little crossover event and make it a whole big deal and, hop on over to Permission to Game and see how those guys are doing. So, yeah, it'll be good. So, do you have anything else for the listeners and viewers out there?
Go see Harley Quinn. Go support the movie.
Go support, the people that made it and created it. But
so, here's my thing. So, it didn't perform very well opening weekend, but since it's been out, it's made all of its money back and then some. So it's been profitable. And I think a big part of that is because the name of the movie did change because a lot of people didn't realize it was Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. It's a mouthful. And so they basically just changed it to, what is it, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey? Or is it the opposite?
It might be Birds of Prey, Harley. It's one of the other.
One of the two, but they've shortened
so
it.
Short.
It's still when you get into the movie, the title is still the Emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Fabulous,
fantabulous,
or is it fantabulous?
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous.
But I think they changed that, basically re-released it as that to get people to go to it because I don't think a lot of people knew what Birds of Prey was.
But they had all the trailers and all that stuff out there, and you see Harley Quinn in the title, you think, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but I guess some people just don't understand.
Maybe. So I think the name change definitely helped, and then just people going to see it who actually liked it. I just don't. I don't think the word of it being a good movie got out, and so people are like, why waste time? We finally saw it after 2 weeks, so I'm sure there's a lot of people in the same boat that are just now seeing it because of people like us saying, hey, go see it. So see it.
Go see it. Go support the cast and crew.
It's fun. It's a fun time.
It's entertaining. Again, not my favorite.
No, but it's a fun movie.
Probably won't see it again. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll see it again.
But go support them. It's always fun to go to the movies anyways. Like, go to the movie, have fun.
Right. Just
make
go
it a date night.
Go get your girlfriends and
do
go
something. Like, just go have fun with it. Go support those lovely, lovely people.
And can I just say, Margot Robbie does a fantastic job as Harley Quinn.
I loved her. Like,
amazing.
Like, if I could do the accent all day, I would, but I don't even do that good of a job.
Right.
It's mediocre at best.
But so after we saw the movie last night, real fast, I ended up watching the Harley Quinn animated series that's on the DC app.
Isn't that Haley Cuoco?
But it's it's Kaylee
or whoever from Big Bang.
Coco or whatever her name is. I think it's Coco. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. From the Big Bang Theory.
Penny from Big Bang.
It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of similar to Birds of Prey in that it deals with her, getting away from the Joker and her dealing with all those emotions afterwards, and it shows, like a year later, and she's still trying to struggle with it. And then finally she kind of comes into her own as, a villain or anti-hero, if you want to get technical in some aspects.
She's not a totally terrible person.
I'm not a totally terrible person.
I'm not a totally terrible person.
But, it's a lot of fun, so I definitely need to finish watching that. Really fun animated series, and I think the animated series, just for comic books, DC, all of that, like
TV shows in general tend to perform better for DC,
right? Well, and
than the movies.
I think a big part of that is because they can stretch out.
Because you can have episode, and it's just you can extend them out.
You're not
to where
condensing it into a 2-hour block.
But I mean, like, just do what Lord of the Rings does and do like a 3-hour extended edition, and then all your problems resolved.
Just don't do that. Just no, we don't want.
But just not with what you've done already.
No, and we watched the extended version of Batman v Superman, and it was awful. So don't do that. That's not always a good case. Like, don't do that.
Just because they do it or have the opportunity to do it doesn't mean they should.
But you just said that they should do that.
But with the good movies like Wonder Woman, if they had an extended edition of Wonder Woman, I would watch that.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
And like if they do it with Wonder Woman 1984, totally would watch that whole thing in all its extended glory. But they don't because they're dumb.
Yep. We're still waiting on the Snyder cut of Batman Superman too.
Why would we want to watch that?
Because it's got to be better than what we got. Hopefully.
I'm not counting on that. I'm not. Nope.
I
just don't like the DC movies.
Okay.
Besides Wonder Woman. Because it was actually good.
It was fun. It's not the best one, though, either. I mean, it's bad. It's in comparison to the
honestly,
rest,
it's the best one out of all of them up to... I don't count, like, Christopher Nolan's Batman, because that's on a whole other spectrum. Because those are the best.
Yes.
The best.
Agreed.
Ever for DC. But as far as the DCEU, Wonder Woman is the best. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yas.
Cool.
Yas, queen.
That's all I have.
I don't have anything else.
Nope.
We good?
Awesome. Go see Harley Quinn, please.
But yeah, go see it. And then just a reminder for your lovely peoples out there, you can stream the audio version of Double Feature on Red Circle, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But again, we're very entertaining and we're fun to watch.
Hopefully.
So hopefully,
I hope so.
We hope you enjoy this. We are also on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications. And we push out episodes every Thursday/Friday.
Woo, woo. And please give us a follow on our Instagram page. We also have a Facebook page now.
Go like us.
Yeah, please go like us and interact with all of our posts. We're posting fun movie news and behind-the-scenes stuff. So go check that out. We'll make sure that's linked in the description box below.
All right.
And thanks for watching. And, we want to give a shout-out to our producer, Josh. Couldn't do this without him.
Mr. J.
He's Mr. J.
Mr. J. So thank you, Mr. J, for producing our podcast.
Awesome. And, we'll see you guys next time.
Later, nerds.
Bye.